Welcome back to FIFA and Faith.
FIFA and Faith.
And this time we're talking about missionary discipleship. So this week we
are talking about missionary discipleship.
Missionary discipleship. Yeah. Now this is a kind of big deal in the church right now. People are buzzing off this.
Yeah.
Pope Francis is dropping this in exhortations left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
And I didn't really get what it was all about, to be honest, to start with. I was like, disciples, I get it. Missionary disciples, what's it talking about? And someone explained to me, they were saying that right now is a really good time to think about it because we're in ordinary time, and the colour of ordinary time is green. And they were like, well, why is green the ordinary colour for the church?
Yeah.
Because green is the colour of life and growth. Yeah, exactly. Sure. And they said to me that actually, if you think about it, the normal state for the church, like ordinary state for the church, should be growing.
Yeah,
not standing still.
No,
we're a
church that moves forward. We're constantly
which makes me realise that missionary discipleship is not just about saying, look at all those followers, let's hang out and just be cool with each other. Our whole church should always be going out, talking to other people, going on a mission.
Well, one of the first things that happens after the resurrection and assumption of Jesus is that the Holy Spirit comes down, and Peter and the apostles go straight out.
That's it.
They don't sit there in the room. They go straight out and start speaking to everyone.
Yeah, and it's probably why, as well, newsflash, at the end of Mass, you're not really meant to sing a recessional hymn. Because the priestess says, go and proclaim the gospel by your life, whatever, and you're like, thanks be to God, and then everyone sits around, sings 4 verses, and then goes over for coffee. That's not very missionary.
I suppose that the whole point of church is to leave then.
Absolutely. Missionary discipleship.
Beautiful.
So, team-wise, then, I'm going Roma, obviously. Peter and Paul, we know, hung out around that space. I mean, it's where the church is kind of based, headquarters-wise. A lot of missionaries and missions go out from there, so good place. And you guys, you've got...
I've gone for Galatasaray, a Turkish team, because one of the other main homes for the church was Constantinople, Istanbul. And so, again, the disciples went that way on their missions around the world.
Boom. Let's talk about it. Kit-wise.
That's a nice kit, isn't it?
I'm going to go.
Wow,
golden. That's nice.
That is not powerful, but I'm gonna go black then. Just so I've got a good mix.
Yeah, cool. I love the fact it reminded us that I won the last one. That's good.
Heartbreaking.
It's good. So missionary discipleship. Why do you think it's so hard for, I suppose, Catholics, Christians, people to go out and talk about their faith? Why do we just like talking to ourselves?
I think because it's not cultural.
Yeah, maybe.
We're not necessarily all talking about faith all the time. There's lots of other things that are really important to us that we're talking about, but perhaps we stick comfortably with the people that we know how we feel. We don't want to go out and start proclaiming that as much. And I suppose we see that a lot with young people, especially with what we do, and sort of going into uni and not knowing how to talk to people.
Yeah, and I think Pope Francis says this in Christus Vivit as well. He says we should create a popular youth ministry, and by that he's not talking about trendy or fashionable. It means of the people, popular, with the Latin word for people. He says, we shouldn't be speaking to ourselves. If we're doing a parish meeting and the same people are rocking up every week, there's something going wrong, because we should be bringing in new people, which I think is quite cool.
Okay, let's get going.
Right, here we go. Missionary discipleships. Maybe I should put it on ultra attacking. Because because the whole idea is about going out, isn't it? About being brave, about being bold.
Yeah, for missionary discipleship, not for...
Wow! I don't really know how I did that, but...
That was incredible.
It looked good, didn't it?
That did look good. And often I think we all try and look good with our discipleship and kind of not preaching to the choir, but sort of walk around with as big a crucifix as you can on your chest and
look how much I love Jesus.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, you're absolutely right. And Pope Francis talked a lot about this in Christus Vivit, about how we should reach out to new people. He talks a lot about the idea of bringing people together socially, and actually part of our mission is to create opportunities just to meet and be together.
Yeah, completely.
One of the really cool things I think the way Jesus used to work is he obviously did the theology stuff, he did the super holy bits, but he started out just by hanging out with people.
Yeah, wandering around, going from town to village.
Eating with people, spending time with people, learning their stories and stuff.
And was it Francis of Assisi who's, I think he's generally the person quoted, but no! What? Yeah, complete foul. Yeah, saw that happening mile away. Francis of Assisi, I think he was quoted in saying that at all times live the gospel, and if you really have to, read it, speak it, or something along those.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, it's my corner.
Yeah, it's your corner.
You're absolutely right. Actually, there's another similar one that I think that a friend of mine used to say. Father Paul used to say, sometimes your lives are the only Bibles people will ever read.
Yeah.
Which is again the same principle, that actually it's about how we live our lives and what we. Great strikes.
Brilliant. Solid.
Yeah. Sometimes it's about what we do, not what we say.
That's it.
Isn't it? And that can make people go, oh, I fancy being part of that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you think we do enough as a church?
I think we're moving in the right direction towards doing it as a church. I mean, there must have been some right moves somewhere along the line, because there's now so many Christians in the world, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
There is a correlation there, but how can we keep living that in our lives no matter where we...
Ooh, please. It's too missionary.
Yeah, it's too excited to go out there.
Yeah, I just wonder that actually I think the church, and I think Pope Francis is very much of this... Please.
Wow.
I think Pope Francis is very much of this opinion as well, that actually we need to get ourselves a bit messier and a bit dirtier. Like,
yeah.
You know, he says we should, the shepherds should smell of the sheep. That's what he says.
That's it.
The fact that we should be mixing with the people we're there to serve. I think we're too bothered sometimes about keeping everything safe and clean and tidy that we're not prepared to get our hands dirty.
No.
And meet people, and I think for me that's what missionary discipleship is about doing something practical, tangible that changes people's lives, because that's what Jesus did.
Yeah.
You know, his healing and his preaching had very physical, real effects.
Yeah, he wasn't on the end of a phone at any point. He was out there with the people, living with them, experiencing them, and the gospel this week is all about Jesus's gut feeling.
Yeah.
No. I had a bit of a gut feeling there. It's all about Jesus feels for us, and it's not like he feels sorry for us. It's not like he kind of gets it. He completely understands it as 100% man.
Yeah.
He gets us. He gets the same feelings that we do. He has those feelings as well, and so. Perhaps we need to move away from that piety, maybe, that we have, and saying that we are better because we believe. But actually, how can we get our hands dirty and get involved in that?
Yeah, definitely. Is there anyone who's ever inspired you? Like, who kind of made you go, I'll do a bit of that church thing?
Wow.
Because I know it's a massive question, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a big question.
But actually, even if you're born into it, I mean, I was born into a Catholic family, and brought into a Catholic school. But there's still people that have kind of made me go, okay, I want in, because just because you're kind of there at the start doesn't mean you can't make your own choice, and you shouldn't make your own choice.
And that's the whole point of the kind of rite of initiation, I suppose.
Yeah.
You're making that kind of a firm decision. There are a couple of people I think of. I mean, so I wasn't a cradle Catholic. I was baptised when I was about 6, and I suppose through that it was really my mum was a big part of that kind of initiation of getting into the church and taking me to church and getting me involved in that. But there was an altar server who joined us. That's in the goal.
How? What?
Oh,
that's a goal. What? That is. What happened there?
No way.
Oh, we need to see a replay on this.
Completely.
I'm really sorry because that was a very profound story, and
this is.
So, beautiful move, and then the keeper rolls back into the goal.
Outrageous. And maybe sometimes in our lives we can roll back into the net, roll back into that safety net.
That is probably the least impressive goal I've ever scored in FIFA, but I'll take it.
On the verge of tears, really am.
I'll take it.
Cannot believe that he's rolled back into the goal.
Good. So
anyway, there was an old server at my church who joined about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years after I'd kind of been serving and stuff and being in that parish, and really inspired me to get involved more and acquire a deeper understanding of my own faith in what I do. and why we do the things that we do as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really important part, is that those people who inspire us teach us, and without us even knowing that we're being taught, I suppose.
That's a really good word.
And it's gentle, and there's no, this is what we believe and this is why you should believe it. It's actually kind of, I think the most profound realizations of your life are when you're taught to question what your knowledge is.
These are, I don't feel these are dramatic enough.
I think what?
That was pretty dramatic.
I think that's just really sad.
It's a great move. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
See, I told you it's because I am being more missionary disciple than you.
That's true.
I'm
You're
ultra attacking. Like, you don't get anything unless you go out and get it. Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
And
you are going out and getting it.
So yeah, but no, it's a really good point. I like that idea about like the best lessons you learn, the ones you don't realise you're being taught. Like, and I suppose Jesus was like that as well. Like, he often did some preaching with the disciples, and usually when he was trying to explain a concept to them, they just didn't get it. It was when they saw him doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I think as missionary disciples, we should be more like that. People should see us, and we should be brave enough to be seen doing good stuff, and stuff that's quite countercultural, because it's not always the obvious thing. We're told that we should be like making lots of money and being successful and being popular and being trendy and dressing well and stuff, and we're not told we should be speaking to the homeless man on the street and finding out their story. We're not told that we should be being charitable. I mean, I don't think I was particularly charitable in my
not at all
destruction of your team.
I cannot believe that. You've had 7 outrageous.
It is outrageous. How good.
Look at that.
You see, that is it.
So brave.
That is it.